Well, mayors of sanctuary cities across the country are prepping for a battle with the Trump administration. Many have vowed to openly defy the federal government on immigration laws, refusing even to report criminal aliens who have been released from jail. Joining us now is the former governor of the border state of New Mexico, Bill Richardson. Great to see you, Governor. So
nice to be with you, Tucker.
There are millions of people here illegally, and I guess the question is, do the mayors of these cities have any idea who they are? That's a significant question from the perspective of national security. Do they know who these people are? Do they care?
They do know who they are. They're the construction workers, they're the fruit pickers, they're the restaurant workers, they're people that are janitors. They're doing essential work, and a majority, according to studies, have not participated in crime. Look, we're talking about 200 American cities in 32 states. And you know, right, Tucker, who wants to make sure this law, sanctuary cities, remain, is police officers. Police officers don't want to do the work of the federal government, going and asking who's illegal or not.
Police officers don't get to make laws.
Don't want this to change.
They carry out the laws.
Police are law enforcement community.
Law enforcement, not lawmaking.
Tucker, the law enforcement community has stopped efforts in the Congress.
A bit of an overstatement. I mean, police chiefs serve at the pleasure of mayors typically, and they kind of do what they're told. But here's the point. The 9/11 Commission recommended against things like this, as you well know, in 2004. 6 of the 9/11 hijackers had violated immigration laws. It's not a small thing to say, you know what, we don't know who these people are really. We know what they do, as you pointed out. We don't know who they are. They don't have Social Security numbers. And they're roaming free, and, like, we don't care because we know they're going to vote for us when they get legalized by a Democrat? I mean, isn't that kind of reckless?
No, first of all, it's going to take a long time before they can vote, with a path to legalization taking almost 11 years and Donald Trump wanting to deport everybody. So that's point number one. Point number two, listen to what I'm saying. The law enforcement community, police officers, don't want this to interfere in their policing of local communities because it's going to break up families.
I'm not going to go along with that stipulation because I don't think it's true. I don't think it's true. We don't know that. And by the way, who cares what they think? Because that's distinct from what elected officials are charged with doing. The local police officer, local police.
You've been elected to a lot of offices, don't want this to happen.
We don't know that. You know, first of all, I don't buy that. The Fraternal Order of Police, the largest police union, endorsed Trump. So that may tell you something right there. But my point is, look, you've been elected to Congress, you've been elected governor. Is it really okay for an elected official to say, as many did during the 50s and 60s, we're just going to ignore what the feds want? We're defying federal law. Is that a good precedent to set? Because if they can do it on this, why can't they do it on other laws?
If we follow your logic, why is it that so many object, including conservatives, with President Obama wanting to stop deportations? It's a federal responsibility.
Is it a good precedent to set? If I'm mayor, can I just say, you know what, we're not going to enforce that law? Maybe a law against child abuse or drug use or tax evasion. We're just not going to enforce it. And nothing you can do. Should we do that? Really?
As long as the local law community, the local law enforcement community, the local city council agrees with the mayor, this is a states' rights, a city rights issue. The police should
so you're a states' rights guy now.
A mayor.
I knew this was going to wind up in a crazy place. Did you just invoke states' rights?
Now you've changed your position. You want the federal government. You want federal laws to run everything. We want the states. We want local control.
Is that what you're saying?
You've changed your argument with the election of Trump. Come on.
Amazing. All right. Now, Governor, while we got you here, quickly, last time we talked about a story that actually you know a lot about. It's a story that a lot of people are ignoring, including the administration. But this kid, 21 years old, Otto Warmbier, he's a UVA student. He's from Ohio. He's being held hostage in North Korea right now, and it doesn't seem like a lot is being done to get him home. So we reached out to the State Department for an update, and here's what they said, and tell us what you think of this. This is the quote from State. Quote, "We understand that a DPRK, North Korean court, convicted U.S. citizen Otto Warmbier. Mr. Warmbier reportedly was charged with hostile acts against the country, sentenced to 15 years hard labor. Now he has gone through the criminal process. We urge that country to pardon him, grant him amnesty, or immediate release on humanitarian grounds." Is that an effective way to negotiate with North Korea over an American hostage, do you think?
Well, look, the problem, Tucker, is that the North Koreans don't want to talk to us. They've isolated themselves from the entire international community. I've been working with the North Koreans to try to get Otto out. I mean, we haven't had much success, but, you know, we're trying to find ways, like, for instance, the remains of American soldiers from the Korean War, see if we can get some of those remains back, find some humanitarian way that allows Otto Warmbier, who is a kid, you know, he just made a mistake, to come home. So we're working that, and we're working with the White House to make that happen. I mean, they have to be very careful. Ours is a private effort, a humanitarian effort. You know, I try to do this with American prisoners, American servicemen around the world. We don't know what's going to happen with Otto, but we've had some success in the past, but it's not a lost deal. I think the State Department has to be very careful. You know,
why wouldn't they just say to China, though? I mean, could China, I mean, you've done this before, so I mean, this is a sincere question, but couldn't the U.S. government say to China, hey, pressure your client state, just let the guy out, like now?
Well, we've tried to do that, but I don't think China wants to help us. Why would they want to help us? They want to create little trouble for us in the peninsula.
Yeah,
so,
good point.
Unfortunately, China does have leverage with North Korea, but they don't want to use it. I mean, we need them to stop their nuclear weapons. But, you know, we're making a little progress, a little slow progress, and we hope to get them out.
Well, I thank you for what you're doing. Governor, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
All right.